Welcome to another episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer. And today we are going to do a deck from Best Self Deck. These are prompt decks. So what they're supposed to do is get us into conversation. Mm-hmm. We are not peeking ahead of time. We have no idea what the topic is going to be.
No.
That's honestly why I kind of like these. You kill time while I take a drink of water.
Okay. No, I like it because, and we like to make the answers on the fly, so we have not gone through these decks and looked at them ahead of time. Even once we've cracked them open, they stay stored until we do a podcast. So we think it's kind of fun to kind of have the impromptu answer on the fly. Sometimes it's easier than others, but I like it. I think it's fun.
So what these are supposed to do is just engage people in conversation.
Yeah.
You know what to talk about? These are great to just grab one with family, friends, people you just met. Pick a random card and start a conversation.
Yeah.
So we're going to do Icebreaker Deep Talk. So I guess I should show it off to the camera. Icebreaker Deep Talk, not a sponsor. That's fine. I like these.
Yeah.
I looked at a few others online the other day that I'm probably going to pick up.
Okay.
Because they had some fun topics that I liked.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be ordering a few more.
Okay.
Seeing where that goes.
Chuck those into the ring.
Yep, so we've done a yellow and a green one. These are all color-coded for different topics. Dreams, life lessons, exposed, courage, beliefs, and self-awareness. We have not done...
This is a good deck, I think. This will be interesting.
Well, we'll see
what
you think after
I know.
this card.
I could change my mind. I'm already going to change my mind, I'm sure.
Oh, this is phenomenal.
I spoke too soon.
If people came with a warning label, what would yours say?
Melissa's a little much for some. I think I've been told I kind of have a high level of energy most of the time. I mean, and especially in a social situation, I don't know. People have to, maybe I'm kind of up here. I get excited. And it can probably be a lot for some people.
Yeah, imagine if we fed you caffeine.
Yeah, that's why I don't drink caffeine every day. I think I would be...
I would be
like a 4-year-old with ADHD bouncing off the walls, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I don't drink caffeine. I drink caffeine, just not very much.
I had somebody the other day comment to me going, you have so much energy. I wish I had your level of energy. And I just said to him, I take my Flintstone vitamins every day.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. And I don't always have that level of energy, but definitely... in a social situation, I definitely can be amped up a little. I just naturally go there, I guess.
So what would mine say?
How would I word it? I think people can get intimidated by you because they think you're all like harsh because you kind of say it like it is, and I realize tact comes into play, and you've gotten better with that. You can't just always shut up, and you do a great job. You do a great job of that.
And I do kind of say what's on my mind, but
yeah.
I don't really mean any harm. And
no.
I do have a very dark sense of humor.
True.
And a very dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
So I can say something meaning it to be funny.
And if you don't know you, they'd be pissed probably because they wouldn't get the context of you.
Oh, I was dealing with an appraiser last week. I had to deal with him 3 different occasions he had to come to the house. I could not get him to crack a smile.
Oh, that's...
at all. It's like everything I said, he took it completely serious. And I'm like, I guess this is not my audience.
I would take it as a personal challenge.
I was trying. I couldn't. I was like, John Chris talks about this because he's a comedian. He talks about how sometimes you just have that crowd that's just not into it.
Yeah. They're just not.
And I guess my crowd of one was not into it.
So maybe your warning label would be, I'm trying to find the right word. Not painfully blunt, like lovingly blunt.
Brutally honest.
Lovingly blunt with a dark sense of humor. Maybe. Warning, lovingly, because some people don't take the blunt really well. But again, the blunt sometimes, if it comes out as harsh, you just have to still be blunt, but not quite so edged with it.
All right, so that's your question number 1.
All right. That's a good one.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
That's fine.
So if people came with a warning label, what would yours say?
It can be a lot for some.
Let's grab another one, because because that was just too easy for you.
Okay.
What was this deck called? This is Icebreaker Deeper Talk.
Okay.
We've been able to go very deep on that one.
No.
What part do you want to play in solving a global problem? So this, what do they call this topic?
Part?
This one's called Dreams. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
What part do you want to play in solving a global problem?
That seems like a weird question.
Not really. I mean, it could be anything. Do you want to be part of the team that solves the hunger issue?
Oh, they're just saying what
the-
team would you be on to solve what problems?
Yeah,
Okay.
the people not getting along, financial,
I mean,
whatever.
a global problem. That's a really big.
I'm trying. So it's like mine is the motivational side. I'm trying to motivate people through Dad's Rules, through the podcast
Yeah.
and stuff to get off their high knees and go do something to make the world a better place. That's my piece.
I think.
And I'm willing to know that I may not reach the 7 billion people on the planet, but if I can help a few along the way, I
Yeah.
did my part.
I think that's probably true because that's kind of what I try to do. I try to bring people out of their funks and their sadness and try to go, just get here and do it. It'll be fun.
I mean, that's why I write the rules.
Yeah.
I write the rules to try to motivate people to these, because I think people can misread what rules are for. Rules are guides to keep you in a direction to help you.
Yeah.
You don't really want to live in an anarchy type world, a chaotic world.
I
where
wouldn't
there's
think
no,
so. I wouldn't. I don't
No,
know.
you need to have boundaries.
Yeah.
That's why we have stuff like don't kill,
Yeah.
don't steal,
Yeah.
don't cheat on your wife
Yeah.
or husband. You know, these should be basics, but for some reason, back in Bible times, they were written down because apparently people were like, well, if it's not written down, it's okay if I do this.
No. You gotta protect yourself. Put your guards up. I guess, I guess if motivating people to not be sad, I don't want people to be sad. So I want to try to, I think I do that already on my level. I don't know globally I can make that happen, but I guess it starts
but
with one.
You helping anyone.
I guess it starts with one. It changes their world.
Exactly.
I guess.
Exactly. We've talked about this before. It's like, what if it's not what you said, but it was 12 people down, but you were a piece of that chinking away at whatever their armor is.
That's true. The final chink.
Yeah, it may not be you that changes them, but it could be you got a little piece, the next person got a little piece off, and on, and then finally they were ready to hear it.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people just give up on people too early. And they go, well, I told them and they didn't do it. But you may not be the final piece that was necessary. Maybe they needed to hear it 150 times.
Yeah.
Well, you hear
Some
stories
of us take longer to learn than others.
I listened to some podcasts in the last couple of weeks to where they were people that were addicted to drugs and got clean. And I'm not talking like a short time frame. This is like years later they got clean.
Yeah.
In and out of rehabs.
Oh, wow.
In and out of doing drugs, stopping doing drugs, all that in like years. But then they get cleaned up and you see where they are now. Like a couple of stories I listened to, like 10 plus years sober.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was just yesterday.
Right.
10 plus years sober after being decades. But what was wonderful is there was a next person that didn't give up on them.
Yeah, I guess I tend to think that way too, is I don't want to be that person.
What was interesting from some of their stories is they still would talk about other people along the way.
Oh, that's cool.
Them. So it's not like they weren't hearing it, they just weren't ready to apply it.
Yes.
Again, I know I'm ornery with that. I'm in sales, and I've had moments where I'm ornery in my sales, and I've got to learn the hard way on it and be reminded that no, you need to get back on, follow the rules that'll make you successful.
Yeah.
Or be given advice about, hey, go do this, and have to hear it 50 times before I do it, and then go, oh, hey, you know what's interesting? I started doing this, and my income tripled.
Yeah, right.
That happened to me a few years ago.
Yeah.
It was like, I had heard the message over and over again, but finally that day I was actually ready to hear the message.
That's probably, I can see that. Yeah, that seems to be true. They say that in church too. Like, we've already been over this. Yeah, but you're in a different place.
True.
You hear
it's
it
like,
differently.
Well, we talked about it. We've read.
Hear it differently.
I've read the Bible many times.
Yeah.
And it's just one of my things I do. I like to read different editions, versions, whatever. And right now I'm reading the most painful of them all, the King James Version. Because I never did it.
Yeah, that's hard.
I was like, I've had a King James since I was a little kid.
Yeah, I didn't.
And it's always been on my bucket list just to read it.
It's too hard for me to understand.
Oh my gosh, it's like, yeah, but it's on my thing, and I'm like, I'm doing it every day.
Okay,
I'm
that's
getting through
good.
my thing. But what's neat is that you're hearing some things from a different,
Yeah,
it's a different version.
sure.
So you hear it different from that, from the Message, from the English whatever,
Yeah.
the
NIV.
NIV, all the different versions out there. You're getting hit it from a different angle. So it could be like this person wasn't hearing you because they needed to hear from a different angle, a different way. Maybe this person wasn't getting clean because the person telling them they need to get clean had never been where they've been, so they weren't
That's
listening.
true.
Because what I do remember from a couple of stories, not all of them, the person they finally listened to was somebody that had gotten clean. And so they're like, oh, this person's been where I am, and they got over it.
Mm-hmm.
I can too.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you're hearing from somebody that never did it, they may not listen.
Because they're like, they just don't, you don't know how I feel. You don't
It's the same
understand
thing in the
me.
business world. Same thing in business world. I'm not going to go to somebody making $12 an hour and take their advice on how to be a multimillionaire. That'd be stupid. I should be listening to somebody that's already there.
That's true. Someone you can learn from, where you can gain knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to want to get advice from anybody in this world, it better be somebody that's where you want to be.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, pretty simple.
Yeah.
All right. We did a couple cards.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
All right.
If you liked, hated, or
Ambivalent.
ambivalent, wow, it's a big word.
I like that word.
It is a great word because you're like, meh.
It's a big word for that.
It's like a cow with an attitude. Meh. Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet there's cows that do talk that way.
maybe.
I grew up on a ranch. I should actually know this. But I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while.
Anyway, if you like, hate, or ambivalent about the show, well, I need you to rate it, review it, comment, leave feedback, share with friends, enemies, ambivalent people alike, do all that fun stuff. And hit up our swag shop on the way out the door, dadsruleswag.com. So until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be.